Sup everyone, Deejus here. So I was just, looking through old replays the other day and I came across this gem and I really couldn't help but share it. I didn't really have anything planned for a recording or anything, but first off, it's tier 3, which we just discussed. Second off, it's a crazy game and I just felt like I had to analyze it with y'all. But before we start with the game, I basically want to say thanks to everyone who subscribed to this channel. Thanks for everyone who's given feedback, both good and bad, on the channel. I read it all. I agree with most of it, except this one comment about getting rid of the old man voice. Yeah, I'm not doing that. But everything else, yeah, I really take into consideration. I also want to thank Mangs for, sharing with this channel with everyone. My goal was to get like 100 subscribers by the end of the year, and got through that in a few days thanks to his help. He's really a kind guy. I hope you guys realize how nice he is. He's certainly helping me out. Hopefully have a collaboration in the future with him. Anyway, without further ado, let's look at the actual game. So this matchup's interesting to begin with because it's between two top 10 Fog players on the ladder, RiceMuncher and humblegod. And I've had games with both of them. They're both pretty skilled. Had some wins, had some losses, so I can vouch for how good they are. This map is on Crossfire Schwarzwald. Crossfire Schwarzwald? I don't know. But it's a pretty large map, a lot of terrain. Just as a test for y'all who watched my tier 3 video, what tier 3 CO do you think is the best for this map? I'll give you a second and you can pause if you want. Now I'd say the best CO here is Drake, followed by Andy. Mass damage, this is a beautiful map for mass damage. It's large, there's not that many contested properties, just these on the sides over here. Lash might seem good at first because all the terrain, but all the terrain's concentrated around your beginning bases, so most of the combat won't be surrounded by forest and whatnot. And then Kindle and Rachel are probably near the bottom of the barrel, so I wouldn't really pick them. I think Drake is pretty strong on this map in terms of statistics too. I think he has a 60% win rate, is often picked, so I think the secret's out of the bag. Just a nice mass damage map overall due to how large it is. So for this map, my main strategy for it is you push hard on one side. You don't want to half commit to one side and half commit to another side, or else one side's going to get absolutely decimated. So typically I push strong on this side up here is yellow, and this side over here is black. So, and I send like a token amount of infantry over here, maybe an artillery or two, and maybe a B-copter just to hold down to make sure they don't get this one property, so you can get a nice property advantage. You capture all 3 properties up here in your middle property, but you hold down this property. And as you beat them down on this side, you slowly expand to the middle, maybe go for an HQ cap, or you just push down. You can't really do a pincer strike on this map. You're going to get crushed on one side, so you should commit to one side and go full power. Alright, now let's look at the game. So RiceMuncher's yellow, humblegod's black. Start off standard infantry. One mistake here by humblegod, which I make the mistake all the time, is sending this infantry up here, or this one on the other side, to go get the property, or the base rather. Ideally, you want to send the bottom one to get this one because the top one can immediately start a captured chain with this property followed up by this property and then the comm tower. So this is a small mistake that he made. I make it all the time as well. Just make sure that you go with the one that you can instantly cap a property with. Standard infantry builds. See, Rice did the example that I showed. Standard. Interestingly enough, I don't recommend this. He's sending a black boat down with an infantry. I don't quite understand, but I don't recommend it. Seems that Rice over here is also preparing a black boat. Typically would go up like he did right here, and then the next turn go down to get the airport. Now we got humblegod. All the way down here, I don't know what he's not going to be able to capture anything this turn, so that was interesting. And he's finally getting this first turn property. Oh my god. So not a great build by him. Now RiceMuncher is doing pretty standard. Yeah, he went down just like I thought. Pretty standard build by him. Now he's going back in the black boat down here, dropping off in the front lines. Okay, I sort of get it. I mean, okay. I still don't think it's justified, but he's going down. Has no backup in case it's attacked by a recon or whatnot. Rice to continue with the standard build. Oh, except for a mech. That's unusual. I guess he's going to ferry that across with the black boat. Now we got humblegod. What's he going to capture with that infantry? He's capturing one of RiceMuncher's properties that eventually is going to be his. So I don't think he's going to be able to hold that for, say, like more than 10 turns, even if that many. So that was an interesting gamble to use his black boat to go all the way down there. He's doing a standard infantry. Goes for an artillery. I agree with the artillery. He's going to push on this side. Or not push on this side. The weak token force side. And prevent this property from being taken while pushing full force over here. It's what I would do at least. So not a bad idea. Standard, moving around. Got a tank. Interesting, he goes on the bottom property over here. Not on the top property like I would have done. I would have put maybe tank here, recon here. To get some nice vision. And the recon would go over the roads. Okay, so we got over here. Humble God's finally going back to get the airport. Humble God's build so far is questionable, but you know, he's a strong player. He probably has some motive behind it. Yeah, he's going base skips. Okay, interesting. Going tank down on the strong side. I agree with that, except for the base skip part. Standard infantry chains. Okay, so now it seems that RiceMuncher is going hard on this side. He's not going hard on the top side. He's going hard on the bottom, which is funny because Humble God is also seemingly going hard on this side. So we're going to have a big clash going on. Drop some mech. Yeah, what are you doing, Andy? You're going to be overcome by tons of infantry into tanks. This is why this build doesn't really work. Standard infantry. I'm assuming a tank comes out of here. Yeah, another tank. Yep. Pushing hard, strong this side. This is going to be an interesting match because they're both going strong on the same side. This is also a little strange. You're not going to really maintain that property, but you can try. Tank pushes, getting vision over here. Yeah, he's going all in, man. Getting an artillery over here. Early battlecopters also not bad on this map. It's pretty strong map for battlecopters. A lot of mountains to weave around. Bring the tanks down. Yep. Infantry moving around. Going for the artillery tank build. Pretty smart. Yeah, he's already got artillery perfectly put over there. Or you can put it behind the mountains. A smart move. I'd also, if I was one of them, I consider either going battlecopter or anti-air. I love anti-air, so I go pretty early in the game. Just anticipation of helicopter. Okay, over here we see that infantry's already dead. He's gonna cap this property next turn. That was nice. Yeah, what? It survived like 5 turns, not even 10. Hope it was worth it. So, getting a vision over here. Mech slowly trudging along. This thing, it has no chance of capturing that property. Both of them got overly ambitious with the forward infantry caps. Humble God's going now. Claiming his properties that he thinks are going to be easily his on Rice's presumably weak side, but he's in for a little surprise now, isn't he? Black Boat. Flex over here. Probably completely unnecessary, but, you know, you gotta flex sometimes. Yeah, he's just going all out. No question, he's going strong side. At least I one little token tank over there. Getting the vision, getting his middle property that should be presumably his, getting a little over ambitious over here. That is not his property. It's probably going to die imminently on Humble God's turn. He's going for that one property, hiding his tanks, slowly shifting them towards the center with artillery backup. Next up, we got Humble God's turn, killing the mech up here. Bam, blam, blam, bam, bam. Capturing his property that's easily his. Yeah, he can't even have vision. What is he doing up here? These infantry things, don't do them. I mean, they're funny, but like they don't work. At least at this level. Yep, goodbye. Nice try on the cap there. Easily taken. He's just like, yeah, you can have that. He's probably expecting like some sort of artillery backup. So shifting all his forces down here, got a B-copter on the way. Nice build so far. I'm agreeing with the builds other than the infantry forward. Capturing the comm tower in the back. So Rice has already captured this. Humble God has nothing even near it. Whoa, he's going to need to get a T-copter or something. There is no shoals over here, so you can't just take a black boat over there. That is an oversight, my friends. You want to watch out for that. And so he's capturing all these properties over here. Setting up the tanks. Got a B-copter himself. Anti-air. Appreciate that early anti-air. Never too early for an anti-air. Well, it is sometimes, but for me, never too early for an anti-air. I usually get one after the first tank. Getting vision over here. So now we're going to have the clash of the Titans. And by Titans, I mean tanks. So, bye-bye infantry. Gonna hop on that base, I assume. Yep. Forward and... okay, ambitious little artillery there. that'll soon be in vision range, but you know. One thing I don't quite agree with is humblegod is kind of evenly spreading out his forces now. Taking out that recon. He's kind of spreading himself a little thin. But now he's really going all out on the top. Kind of shifted that. But he's going to get overwhelmed on the bottom, so is it really worth it? We will find out. Yeah, now he's pulling back because he knows he can't hold down against a powerful Rice front. Now he's bringing tanks. Yeah, he's just going even Stevens on both sides. Not sure I quite agree with that. Yeah, just taking some pot shot to some random inf. Bringing in the anti-air, ready for some battlecopter shenanigans, which humblegod is, funny enough, bringing. See, it's never too bad to get some Drake copters, am I right? Do I see any anti-air on humblegod's part? No, not expecting those beautiful bouncing Drake copters. I don't know why I said bouncing, but they're nice. They're beautiful. Yeah, you're not gonna get that, but you can try. Getting some recon because his vision is shiced. Probably should have something up in the mountain over there. Boom. Yeah, now comes the big battle. And you're not gonna win this against a full strong Rice front. That's why you don't spread. If you had those two tanks there and the artillery down here, by all means. But you're spreading even like that, yeah. Yeah, good luck with that. Okay, this Rice defense is going to be way too strong. Round 2. Are we bringing a random infantry to do nothing? Round 2. Sorry, I'm just throwing too much shade. These are two very skilled players. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so now he seems to catch the idea behind it and bringing them all to the center, shifting slowly so he can give back up to his tanks that are going to get obliterated on the bottom. So that artillery is going to, like, probably nearly kill that. Or it did kill that. Hashtag calm tower. Hashtag not good. I don't understand hashtags. Bring in the Drake battlecopters. Yeah, you're not going to really be able to hold down this with this small little force. That artillery. Yeah. Humblegod getting annihilated. Getting humbled, should I say. On the bottom side. Smart move by RiceMuncher, not revealing that he has the anti-air down here. Smart move. Always recommend that. Don't get too feisty. Smart move by RiceMuncher here, buying 3 infantry instead of any other units because he's anticipating the humblegod CO power, which will do 3 damage to all units on bases and cities. So smart move overall by Rice, shifting down as well. Very well done. No complaints by me. Yeah, so that base is going to be his, but assuming he can, you know, give a nice swing to the face down here, he might be okay. But here comes the counterattack by the old humblegod. The thing he forgot about, though, the Drake superpower is coming up soon, and it's so much more powerful than a wimpy. Oh, am I allowed to curse? A wimpy CO power by Kindle. Probably did like, I don't know, $2,000 worth of damage. This superpower is gonna do, I don't know, at least 20,000. So magnitudes of 10 higher. That's why we love Drake, folks. Don't you forget it. So still, now I'd say humblegod has definitely got the advantage on the lower front because Rice was a little slow to respond with this little force over here. Shouldn't have had it up there to begin with. Little hidden attack over here. Unfortunately for him, there's a battlecopter waiting to interrupt that cap. No chance. And he's sending back an infantry. So humblegod's got a pretty nice advantage in terms of funds. 2,000 gold, not bad. Or coins or whatever currency they have in Advanced Wars World. Finally, what's this? Turn 14, going for the comm tower. He's gonna get the comm tower on what, turn 16? And I think Rice had it on turn like 9. 9. Crossfire Schwarzwald. Okay. Rockets. Interesting. Don't recommend that as well. But you can do what you want to do. It's a free country. It's a free advanced world. Okay. Next up, we got a big old Neo tank coming. You love to see it. I'm a Neo tank guy. I got no qualms about using a Neo tank over a medium tank. But you're going to get annihilated by that RT. Okay, so now it's just shifting up here slowly. He doesn't really have much over here, but Humble thinks he does. So the mind games are strong with this one. Bringing the Neo tank down here, though. So far, humblegod's got a pretty nice advantage. You got the income lead and more units. Less units, but more cash money in the units. So moving all these tanks up here, slowly shifting up towards north. They're both kind of even Stevens on both sides of the map now. They're both kind of going one against my rules. I think it's just like all the rules are off the table at this point. It's just like it's an all-out brawl. There's rockets coming out in fog. You don't really see that there very often. There's a turn 16 comm tower. Like, it's the Wild West. We don't know what's going on now. We just got to adjust. That's the part of being, high-level fog players like these two are. They just adjust constantly. Now Rice is bringing in the big boys. 2 Drake battlecopters. You hate to see it. Well, no, you love to see it, but you hate to see it as an enemy. 2 Drake battlecopters coming in on you. It's your last thing you see before you die. I don't know if I agree with this Neo-tank down here. You should have pushed it up north with the other thing so we could have really strong force and power through them and take all 3 of those properties. He's kind of going even Stevens. I just don't agree with that at this point. But whatever. Teach his own. I think he's also anticipating another power soon, so he had a little wimpy build. Unfortunately, the Drake copters, they met their fates. But, and an Urban Blight. Ouch. Urban Blight is certainly weakening up this Blackboat on the HQ too, which is interesting. So it makes it a little more vulnerable to an HQ cap. But the Drake Super CO power is coming in to save him because he's getting kind of whooped right now. Yeah, all these tank follow-ups, and none of them are in artillery range right now. Oof. Oof. You hate to see that. Bam. And that Neo-tank versus 4 tanks, I mean, you don't know what's lurking in the back. There could be a rockets coming near, so I wouldn't really mindlessly throw my Neo-tank out there. I guess he has recon support to show him what's going on. But anyway, the big scop is coming. He's popping the scop. Popping that scop. And yeah, so that did a lot of damage. I can't really see the damage amount on this turn because it's not Kindle's turn. I'm assuming it was at least like 20 to 30,000 worth of funds, making Kindle look like a fool. Okay, he's interestingly going for it around here. I guess he's got the recon and he feels pretty confident. Pushing up north as well, he's got his anti-air in good position. Looking pretty decent for Rice. For having a 3,000 deficit in income, he at least has the comm tower in his advantage, but he's got a bit of a deficit. He's doing pretty good for the deficit, even though he's, a bit behind, but the Drake superpower is saving him. So now we got Humble. He's not feeling humble anymore. He's feeling like going through the throat. He's capping in front of a Neo-tank. That's just assisted suicide at that point. Doing his damage, his rockets. I mean, I don't agree with it, but you got to do what you got to do. I mean, rockets and fog, whatever. Now Ricey, he's not done though. He had his little tsunami, but he's not done. Next, he's got this little recon. He looks like he's pushing towards... I don't know. He's lower on units. It's not really looking too great for him, to be honest. He's kind of lost his momentum. He's only got that little Neo-tank. It's not little. I don't know why I said little, but he's got that Neo-tank. Nothing really much more punch behind it besides 1 tank, an infantry, and a recon. At least he's trying to get this property, so there's something to show for it. Whoop-de-doo, we got these little boys up here again. Let's see how well they do. Let's see what the landing of Normandy part 2. Let's see how it goes. Oof, the rocket just paid for itself right there. Rocket haters, take it back, including me. It did its job. So it's doing pretty good. It's trying to block it off with a 1 HP tank. I don't think that's going to live. And let's see. Still holding down his properties up here is the old Humble God. He's not letting them have it. Rice is really suffering. The income advantage is starting to really wear on him now. And look at, oh my god, look at Humble God's income unit count, and not just unit count, sorry, unit value compared to Rice's. It's almost a 50%. Actually, it's more than a 50% increase. Holy crap. So yeah, he's really whooping him right now. But Rice, he's not dumb. He's done. He's Drake. He got a nice pot shot on the rocket. The Neo-tank's not dead yet. He's got some nice backup. Humble God, though, yeah, he's looking pretty strong up top. I don't think Bryce is gonna break through anytime soon. Fighting back, basically coalescing his forces, building them up. But a RiceMuncher scop is imminent. He's got to get it this turn. And he does. Typhoon. The Neo tank retreats. So another thing about Drake's CO powers Super CO powers and Olaf is you don't always want to heal your units as an opponent because they're just going to get damaged again. So that's just me. Anyway, tanks are incoming. The artillery is incoming. He's building small amounts of units. The income is really looking like Humble God should be crushing him right now, I think, but I think his positioning is a little... He should have just gone super strong on this side, and he would have probably had all these properties by now. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I would assume he would have a larger lead. But since everything's dispersed and he's doing this little guerrilla warfare sort of thing with Rice, he's taking Typhoons to the face. This is lasting a little longer. So, nothing too much. He's still sending tanks out. He's trying to capture this property, which really doesn't have much of a chance with the 4 HP infantry unit. Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, it's not looking great. And now Humble God's shifting towards the middle like he should. He's got the advantage. That's what I would do. Just punch him. Go for the knockout punch in the middle, which I think is he smells blood. So he's sending all these units down now. He's maintaining firm control of these properties up here. And now Rice is now fighting for his life. Healing the Neo tank. Just got basically the Neo tank, a few tanks, and a bunch of infantry and art. He builds a battleship. Is it a good move? No. Is it anything good? No. But it's also a flex, so I can't fault him for it. He's Drake, a Drake battleship. Okay, he's got style points. If I'm playing versus Drake and he pops a battleship, I'll give him a round of applause. If he pops a carrier, I resign. It's just the way of the world. So, yeah, we got a battleship now, and we got another rockets. It's not a typical game, but I don't like showing typical games. I like showing crazy games that make little sense to me. Maybe they make a lot of sense to other people. But that doesn't make sense to me on this map. But, whatever. One copter is going to, cripple it. But, let's have some fun. Slowly retaking these properties, and I guess Humble's like giving him some space. He's like, you know what? Okay, now he's attacking. I take that completely back. He's bringing in, he's going for the rocket push. He's going all in now. He's just chilling up here. Like I said, he needs to not have these units just sitting around. He needs to really coalesce them together. Yeah, that anti-air is gonna meet a quick death. But here comes the battleship. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, so it's basically kind of a stalemate. I think at this point you need to have some decisive death blow, and both players kind of lack the death blow right now. I mean, Rice is slowly taking over this side because he's got a battleship and he's got a whole bunch of tanks and stuff. And I mean, Humble's got an advantage down here, but he's not really utilizing it. He's just kind of sitting on it. He's like, well, I guess Rice's army's big too, but I think next turn he's going to attack because he realizes the size of Rice's army up here. It can't be that big down here, so he's going to come down and attack. So we got a little skirmish going on up there. Looks like Humble's shooting towards the middle. This is a very weak... Oh, he's dead now? Okay, so his HQ is completely vulnerable. He's got an infantry there, an infantry there. He's got a stealth I didn't even pay attention to with APC backup. Oof. Get that APC too and support. That's going to be a lot of infantry. Rice's army's all up here. Rice's army's all down there. I think I see an HQ cap coming. So, let's see how Rice responds to this if he realizes the danger he's in. Okay, so it was actually dead. I guess it was just a glitch, but it's at 1 HP, so it's as good as dead. Luckily for him, he's got a nice Super CO power to back him up, to at least delay a cap. Battleship is wreaking havoc. I think it might have paid for itself now. I take back my hatred of the battleship. I still don't think it's great, but it's starting to pay itself off, Rice realizes the danger he's in. He's shifting everything towards the middle. But is it too late? The power's coming. This black boat has like 0.01 HP. Getting decimated, and he goes for the cap. And he's starting to encircle it to make it harder for Rice to stop the cap. Smart move. Smart move. This might be a death blow if it wasn't for the CO power. I mean, RiceMuncher can at least pop a CO power, maybe a super CO power if he gets enough charge, which he will, obviously. But so he can't go for the death blow, but it's looking pretty promising for humblegod. Neotank's desperately trying to get in there. It doesn't have anything to kill that copter. I don't think he's gonna be able to kill any of those things. I guess he's gotta... Yeah, he's gotta hope for a charge to stop and delay all this. And he's also capping this property over here, man. It's not looking good for Rice. He's got a battleship. That's cool, but he can't suddenly like teleport over here and help out. You know, it's kind of like sitting around in the naval yard and not doing much. Okay, so that saved him, because I don't think he'd be able to break through the middle right there. That's why you pick Drake, folks. That's why you pick Drake on this map. So, yeah, at least he's capping up here. He'll have those properties, but if he loses, it won't really matter. So, humblegod needs... He's going to cap that. And he's going to need only 2 HP of infantry to do it. So I would throw another infantry on top just to get it max health. Maybe that 3 infantry right over there. I throw that on top just to make sure, absolutely sure. Oh, why didn't you put it on top there? Arrgh. The stealth comes in. I would put the stealth up here for better blocking. I mean, it's not... Who gives a crap about a neotank if you win the game, you know what I mean? And a 2 HP infantry, eesh, not great defenses, not great defenses. He just needs to have 2 HP. Okay. Now I'm getting a little anxious. Is he going to be able to hold this? Am I inherently rooting for humblegod? I don't quite understand. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But I like HQ caps. Maybe that's why. So, oh my god, so he needs just 2 HP. But his front is kind of weak. It looks breakable. It looks like Rice will be able to break through. So let's see what he does here. The battleship comes down as far as it can go, and woo, yeah! Not doing much there. So he's breaking down infantry right there. Slowly but surely breaking in. Yeah, you can break this with the Neo and kill that, and not really. Can't do that much right there. This better angles probably from the top. Oh, he's going from the front. Okay, smart move. 6 HP. Okay, he needs another hit on that. Kills that. Oof. That's where it hurts to have Dracopters. Ouchie. But he has backup. Ooh, is that going to be enough? Ooh. 1 HP off. Okay. Let's see how well Humble can coalesce. Oh, he's got a Drake fighter too. You love to see Drake fighters. Drake fighters, Drake bombers, Drake stealths. Give yourself a pat on the back every time you build one of those, because you're awesome. All this other crap is irrelevant. All you have to focus on is the HQ cap right now, if I'm being honest. Humblegod, he pops the power, the urban light. He breaking in the stealth. He needs to really give that full HP. Oh my god. Yeah, give it full HP. There you go. Just needs 1 single HP. Surround it as best you can. That is your hope. You're giving up the sides. You need to win in the center now, Humble. This is where true men are made. But it's not really that strong. I mean, you can break that down and you'll have 2 angles to attack it at, so it's going to be really close. Let's see what Rice can come up with. But it's not easy. It's going to take some skill. Okay, he chooses to kill that tank for some reason. Okay, just randomly killing recons. Okay, he's got an angle at the top. Smart move. Okay, sacking the infantry, smart move. Just to get some damage off, because he will die to the Urban Blight because of the huge firepower increase. Sacks another. Smart move. And another. Smart move by Ricey. Okay, Ricey, I see you. Boom. Oh! And he gets it. And the HQ cap is done. And Rice is pushing over here with the battleship. It's not looking great for Kindler right now. Oof. You hate to see it. And these stealths. Oh my god, it's got 2 fuel. Man, you think fuel doesn't come in, play as Drake tsunamis or whatever? I beg to differ. This stealth is gonna die. This one is alive, but that one right there, who needs to attack a stealth? Just let it crash. Facing Drake, man. Ouchie. Oof. Not looking good. Yeah. And humblegod resigned. That was crazy. I mean, he's got stealths, but that's probably also going to die to a tsunami later, and his army got decimated. And his KDR wasn't even that great, but the Drake damage is just so overwhelming on this map. I mean, like, in the fuel, for the stealth as well. It's just, I think Drake single-handedly won him the matchup for Rice. If he was, say, like Andy or something, I don't think it would turn out the same way it did. I think Drake really came through strong in this map for him. I think both players played very well. The only thing I questioned was those early transport moves by both of them. But yeah, that was a phenomenal game, and probably the craziest I've seen in like a month. So I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Let me know if you have any comments, if my pacing is good, etc. Just let me know how you feel about this overview I gave in the commentary. All right, y'all. Have a nice Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble.